Hey, it's your boy AJ back with another freaking video, and today I'm here with another Housewives review. It is going down this week. We have some good keys to talk about. I hope you guys have enjoyed my previous reviews. If you haven't seen them, there should be a playlist popping up somewhere on one of these sides of the video. Click it, go watch the previous review, come back here, alright? But we're gonna run the intro so we can get directly on into today's review so we can figure out who is this hoe. I live for that. I live for that. Now this episode opens up mysteriously with Britt. I don't know why, baby, but she is at the car lot with her man, okay? She's at the car lot with her man. They looking through cars, all these expensive ass cars, and they flash us to the next scene. Now the next scene is Drew marching her way over to Angela's house. Now when she comes in, Angela and her speak or whatever, and as they're coming out, Angela has some type of liquor that was from the previous episode. And Drew says, oh, my cousin's liquor. I actually need to call. God, I actually need to call him. Angela shuts it down immediately. She said, you know, I actually called already. And they said they don't know you. You can't be no cousin. Of course, Drew says, you know, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I was playing.
Oh, you got this. How you say my cousin's tequila?
Not true.
I need to call
I'm gonna have to let you know. I spoke to Marcus and he said you guys are not related.
No, I said that was a joke.
I was just playing. Girl, you wasn't playing. You literally just said, I need to call him.
Why would she say that?
I live for Drew and her delusion. Her delusion literally it makes me get on by. Walk on by. It makes me get on through the episode. Her delusion, we always need somebody delusional on the show. And Drew, she satisfies my delusion crave, okay? But they're sitting outside catching up. They flash us to the next scene, and in the next scene, it's Kelly's house, and I think it's Shamia. Baby, go on, relax, okay? Bear with me. And there's Porsha and Cynthia, okay? Of course, those four ladies are sitting in there discussing the peach brunch. And because Cynthia has missed, I think she wasn't there for the peach brunch. And I just feel like this. I feel like if you're a friend of the show and you want to be caught up, you need to be caught up off camera. I'm sick of everybody recapping what we just seen 6 seconds ago. Now back over at Angela's house, we have Drew and Angela sitting there talking about an array of different things. But this next topic that they discuss is Britt. Because, you know, Britt and Angela and Drew, girl, it was nasty. It was not much peace at the brunch because they were very catty sisters. Drew goes forward and tells Angela that she got a text from Britt and saying like, hey girl, let's go meet out for drinks, but she says she's yet to reply to Britt.
She actually texted me.
Interesting.
And she said, I feel like we got off on the wrong foot yesterday. Would you be down to meet me for a drink? So we're going to let her sit right there. We'll see.
I would text Britt back and say, you know, we can meet, just leave the gun at home. I would see how she would take that one, and I'll go for it, all right, girl? Because let me say something. I would have key, bitch. We can meet for drinks as long as you leave that gun at home. As long as you leave the pistols, whips, slides, tigers, and bears at the house. Now, the next conversation that Drew opens up to Angela about is her having to leave the house the 1st, 3rd, 5th, 7th, 12th weekend, okay? She has to get up out of the house, and she says, you know, she's tired of that, and she's ready to go to court because she wants Ralph to be put out of the house and put on child support.
This court date, my attorney and I are trying to convince the judge to keep the case sealed.
Now back over at the Peace Brunch, girl, because they swinging us from sign to sign, honey. Back over at the Peace Brunch, we got Cynthia asking Porsha. She said, Porsha, is there still an issue with Drew? And Porsha says, you know, there's no issue at all. There's no beef. Which, of course, opens up the floor for Cynthia to say, oh, y'all good? Y'all good? What happened? And Porsha says, no, we're not good. You see, you throwing adjectives on that are just too heavy for the situation. We ain't good, but there ain't no beef.
Did you guys make up yet? You and Drew?
I am moved on.
Oh, good. So you guys are good.
I would not say good. You're using like really beautiful adjectives.
When Porsha is there, she's eating up her scenes. Down from the first episode when she said, hee hee. She's eating up her scenes, okay? So she's working them scenes. In this episode, Porsha was working. She was working her one-liners, girl. She was working her reads, and I was living, okay? But any which way, Porsha moves forward to invite the girls out. She says that she's gonna do a Cowboy Carter themed birthday celebration in Nashville. Shout out Tennesseers. Okay, so she says she want to take the girls to Nashville, and it's gonna be Cowboy Carter thing. So make sure y'all get y'all rodeo hats because it's about to go down. Now, of course, they say, you know, is Drew invited? And she's like, she's like, Of course, Bravo flashes us to Angela at her house, sitting with Drew, asking Drew to come to the goddamn birthday party.
My birthday's coming up.
Yes.
I invited all the girls. Going to Nashville.
Wait, is Drew coming though? Since you guys are good now?
No, I didn't invite her. I didn't extend an invite, so.
Porsha's birthday trip to Nashville is coming up. So I would like for you to just accept my invitation.
Moving on, honey, they do this quick little like montage of scenes. We have Angela at home getting dragged by her kids for her new nose, okay?
I've been told you about this.
When I got my nose job,
We got Shamia at the studio. Baby, go on, relax.
I think so too.
Now, this next scene is pure comedy, okay? Pure fucking comedy. We have Drew finally sitting down with Brent for the lunch, okay? And once they get there, of course, they get their lemon drops, okay? Everybody's getting some type of lemon drop. Drew ends up clocking Britt, okay? She tells Britt, like, hey, girl, you know, we want to, like, stand with you, but you were kind of saying, like, you nana boo-boo, you know, kid is gone, da-da-da. It was, like, a celebration, and we're not here, we're not going to celebrate Kenya.
But I'm gonna be honest, you were very much like, all right, ladies, Kenya's no longer gonna be here.
I'm here. She's not here.
But just felt a little celebratory. So I think from that point, everyone was just taken aback.
So Drew is clocking that tea, okay? She's actually clocking that tea for me. Now, of course, Britt, she does her little thing about, you know, I'm trying to mash it out. That nose is stopped up. I hope if she gonna remain a housewife, she need to get that nose opened up.
Oh.
She need to spray something in that motherfucking nose. I'm so tired of her sounding like that. Fix that if she's gonna be on next season. She's sitting there talking like fucking motherfucking Squidward, honey, sound out a fuck ass mess. But they come to a little peace agreement, okay? Now, Drew does ask a couple shady questions. She asks Britt, has she ever sold it? Britt is gagging, so am I, but she says she's never sold it.
Did you ever sell it?
Did I ever?
The cat.
No, I did not. I didn't.
Then Drew goes forward to ask her, you know, have you ever done porn? The true girl and Britt jumped out and said, yeah, but no. She said, no, actually, no. You know, I was a cam girl. She couldn't figure out what the fuck she was. It looked like she did a little bit of everything, and she was trying to figure out what sounded the best.
I have not done. I have not. Excuse me. I have not done.
Like, I would have had to knock it out of her fucking mouth. The main scene of the hour, which they don't even have cameras for, is Drew and Ralph headed to court. Okay, we have the Canon cameras, the Sony cameras, the DG Pocket 37 cameras following Ralph and Drew as they're headed to court. Okay, and this is their personal home footage. I just feel like if the cameras wasn't there, they wouldn't have called it. I'm sorry, the show wouldn't have got it. If the cameras wasn't there, there's no way I'm saying, hey mama, hey, get this for me. I'm gonna storm out with my suit on and I want you to record me. Then when I get in the car, I might tear up a bit. I want you to record that too. I couldn't see myself doing it. If Bravo ain't out of this motherfucker, y'all just ain't getting it, bitch. I'm sorry. But they're doing the home footage, okay? The girls are storming out, all right? Drew is storming out to her Uber, and Ralph is getting his separate Uber, girl. They all in their black cars.
Oh, he did?
Anyways, they finally get to court. They go in, they speak with their lawyers first. I don't remember much of the conversation with Drew's lawyer. All I know is Ralph's lawyer, she got that dog in her. She got that dog in her. They end up going to court. Of course, baby, he gets the ruling in his favor. He gets to remain in the basement. I would want out of that basement. Drew, I don't know why you want him out of the basement and he paying for the bills, but Ralph, I would want out of the basement. Why are you fighting so hard to stay in the basement? I don't know what the fuck going on there, but that's that situation, okay? They end up ushering themselves out of court, and baby, Drew is on the verge of tears, okay? She tells her motherfucking mama or assistant, get that camera rolling, because I'm about to start crying, baby. So they point to the home footage at her, and she's screaming out at the window and telling Ralph that he's a dog and he ain't shit for what he just did and that and the other. And I'm just like, girl, look at Ralph. Ralph out there, I'm the man, you the man, I'm the man. Girl, he living, girl, he eating it up.
I don't have to leave.
This is a game. We were actually going to be able to get things accomplished with this old attorney, but he wants to fight. The idiot. You're a dumbass. I want you to know that. You're a dumbass. You're a dumbass for that shit in there.
I live for Drew and Ralph. I'm sorry. I remember when I first seen them, their first scene together, and she was trying to get him to say where the fuck he had been, and he was either in like Miami or Tampa. I text my friend, I said, these motherfuckers right here, they need to spin off. I swear to God, I said they need to spin off. And even if they get divorced, I will vote for a spinoff. Okay, as long as we leave, what is his name? Dennis off the spinoff. That's what happened in their court ruling. Okay, moving on. It is time for the girls to get ready for the trip. Okay, they all arrive at the airport and they go in, and of course everybody's doing their little snap videos or whatever. Porsha says in her confessional, that she will snap and go the fuck off on anybody if need be, because she got a little built up, you know, scratch from the divorce.
If anybody brings any drama, I'll just cuss their ass out. Get some of that divorce stress out on them.
I'm barely seeing Porsha, but when I see Porsha working this camera girl. She working this camera girl, and I'm living, okay? I'm absolutely living. But the girls get on their flight, they arrive to Nashville. Once they get to Nashville, the house is pretty decent. I like the house. It looks really, really pretty. The bartender could have been blacked with his shirt off, but I wasn't there, so who am I to complain? Shamia, Porsha, and Angela ends up getting the best rooms. I'm mind blown at Angela getting the best room because the mess she about to stir up is crazy. So she should have been shacking up in the room with Drew ass. But they pass out the rooms and they go to eat. Now, as they're eating, there's a plethora of discussions being brought up, but they move it on to Angela. They're like, where's Angela? And they're talking and gossiping about her. And here comes Angela. I don't know how Bravo does it, but it blows my mind how the people come walking in as soon as they're discussed. I don't know if Bravo is keeping people in the black sprinter and like, they're not talking about you yet. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but it never fails, baby. Because here comes Angela, honey. Late, but girl, on time, because these bitches is talking about her as soon as she's tipping in, okay?
Andrew texted me like, I hope you're doing well. And then the second I saw you, it was a completely different tune. So I'm like, pick a side.
You know how you go into a room, you're like, oh, y'all bitches ain't talking about me. Y'all talking about me.
Now, once Angela gets there, she ends up expressing to Porsha that she would like Drew to come. And Porsha says, how would you like anybody to come on my trip? On my trip. And that rung so deep in my spirit and soul because all of my friends will tell you, I don't play that shit. I invite who the fuck I want there, and no plus ones. I don't give a fuck if you tell me the plus one is your mama.
I would like for Drew to come.
How you just gonna like for Drew to come on my trip?
Now, after the dust is settled about that, they move on to Angela ducking and diving. Britt and Kelly, okay? Kelly ends up saying, you know, Angela, I seen you at South's the other day. I seen you at South's, and you know, you were kind of, hiding from me. I don't know what the fuck that's about. I don't know why she wasn't trying to speak to them, girl. Maybe she's like, we co-workers, girl, and I am not clocked in right now. So I don't know what that is about, but Angela she shuts it down. She says, well, I gave you guys a hug. And Britt says, you know, what's the hug, real or fake? And she says, nothing about me. It's fake, I do. I said, come on, Angela, eat that up. And Britt says, okay, all right.
Happy to see you, ladies.
I came over there, I gave you a hug, girl.
It was good vibes. I was receptive to your hug.
So was that real or not real?
I'm not fake.
That's fair.
But after that, the girls finish their meal, and it's time for them to get ready, do their makeup, get dressed, shower, whatever. Okay, so the girls split up. It's not much to really talk about from that next scene. The only thing I can really give you is Kelly eating it up. She said she brought security and Sage in case a bitch want to get out of hand. God.
Well, I bought Sage and security just in case anybody want to act a fool.
I'm living for Kelly. I'm living for Angela. And I live for Cynthia. I just don't want to see her in no more bobs. If she can promise to keep the bobs off for next season, we can bring her back. Anyways, the girls get dressed, okay? They look absolutely fantastic. They hop up in the party bus and they end up riding all the way to this little rodeo place, okay? Now, the girls are riding this mechanical bull. Everybody's getting 1 or 2 tries, okay? And they're putting the time up on the screen for how long these little heifers was on this bull riding.
need the bull to be still. If I'm gonna ride you, why are you moving so much? That's not my definition of riding.
Now, they flash us back to Atlanta, honey, and Drew is sitting in the crew lounge. It's the lamest I've ever seen it. I've been in crew lounges so many times, and I've never seen it as lame as it is when Drew ass is in there. But she's in there, and she says she's celebrating getting a record deal, and I'm just like, at crew? At crew? Oh my goodness. But she's celebrating getting this record deal, honey. Dennis is on the phone. He just sent a bottle upstairs and she's thanking him for it. And I'm like, no, he on the spot? I don't know. Anyways, it's a lot of confusion going on.
Tonight, I'm at Crew to celebrate that we got offered a record deal for the bottle, bro.
But flashback to Nashville. After the girls get finished doing the little ride like a rodeo, it's time for them to sit down and have a dinner, okay? Now, at this dinner, the friends that Porsha invited, not the housewife, she got some actual, like, you know, non-show friends there. And they're like, you know, where's Drew? Where's Drew? And Porsha's like, she ain't invited. I didn't ask her to come. But I was actually bullied. She said I was actually bullied and antagonized earlier by Angela.
She's actually having her crash my birthday trip.
The energy you gave was okay.
No, you pressured me.
I pressured you. That's giving bully.
And of course, Angela is not standing for being this bully or having this bully title, girl. And she's making all those happy faces, girl. She's flipping that new nose around, girl. Angela flipping that new nose around.
What do you mean by that?
Angela, she jumps in and she says, you know, look, girl, I wasn't trying to pressure you. I just thought this trip was about laying our issues out. Porsha say, this trip was about me. It's about my birthday.
I thought the point of this trip was to put our differences out.
No, the point of the trip is me.
She shuts it down immediately. I'm like, yes, girl, yes, this is about me. It's my birthday. Angela then doubles down, honey, and she says she thought this was the perfect opportunity. Of course, the girls at the table light her ablaze, okay? Not just Porsha, the girls, they light her ablaze like this is not the opportunity on her fucking birthday, her fucking trip.
This is a perfect opportunity for us to lay our issues on the table.
No, this is not a perfect opportunity. It's her birthday. I thought that Angela was like calm, quiet, demure. She is not. She's very demanding.
Porsha says, you know, what type of glue you got on your wig, bitch?
What kind of glue is on your motherfucking wig? I'm gonna talk to you like you're however old you are. I want you to act that age.
I'm fine. Speak to me like I'm 5.
55. To be honest with you, you brought this energy. Now look, the whole table is like, well, where is she? And they all have forgotten it's my birthday.
Girl, they is not living for Drew, okay? The conversation ends up escalating some type of way where they said, you know, Drew is sucking off Dennis. Porsha is in her confessional saying she believes it because that's how Dennis evens out his body count. Like I said, Porsha's tearing it. She's tearing it for me. I don't know about y'all, but she's tearing it for me, okay? She is working it. But that is my housewife review. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Be safe. I'll see y'all next week. Adios.